Hi, this is 365801 and this is another 1330 manga reading vlog. So as you can see, I have a donut here, which I was going to eat, but now I'm actually feeling like I should have something savory first. It's a crunchy, Cadbury crunchy donut. It's got like crunchy cream inside. Wow. And a cup of coffee, but I think I might actually go and have something savory and then have this for dessert. Just in case you're wondering, these are all the books that I read in the first vlog for this month. So if you want to go check out that video, I'll put a link in the description or in the corner. But I think I'm going to kick off this vlog with Sasaki and Miyano. So I'm going to get some editing done of this vlog. If you just watched that, you were just carrying on. And I'm going to do some reading whilst editing and maybe catch up. But I'm going to get some food first. So I'll check in when I've actually read something or have started reading something. This is one that I'm really looking forward to reading because when I've just got it, it just came in the post, like woo woo. But also I have watched the anime, so I know the story. But it's been out and lots of people have loved it, so I would actually like to finally get around to reading it. So I ended up not eating this. I will eat it now though, because I have a cup of tea, because it's not sweet, and I think that'll go with that because it is sweet. And I have read volume 1. I haven't moved on to volume 2 yet, of Sasaki and Miyano. What do I think of this? I think it's cute and sweet, and it follows the anime, or the anime follows this very, very closely, so it's pretty much the same. Although from the anime, you got the sense that they were friends. In this, it is incredibly clear how much Sasaki likes Miyano. Like, it from the outset, you're like, oh, okay, so he is actually attracted to him and likes him and thinks he's cute and sweet and is very much pursuing him. And I didn't get that so much from watching the anime. I mean, granted, it's been a while, so I can't say for sure if that's what they were portraying, but it's like, dude, he's in love with you. like he's really like pining here. The gay pine is strong. Obviously they're not using any of that kind of language, even though they are explicitly talking about BL. It's like, how do you dance around a subject without actually talking about it? It is like, as you could see, it was like yonkoma. A lot of it has normal manga stuff, but then you've got all of these yonkoma interspersed, which is the 4-panel comic form. And the 4-panel comic form doesn't always work for moving along a story forward. It sometimes does, like Nozaki-kun has the gag manga pretty much down and is quite good at doing the 4-panel gags. This one I think is less because it is interspersed with non-4-panel. So here we have 4-panel, 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 but then you'll get one where it's not 4-panel. And I think that's when we're specifically focusing on the development of their relationship, because it doesn't necessarily work in 4-panel format, because you want a huge close-up of him going, oh, I want to touch him, but I can't. You know, it's like what works in one visual form doesn't work in another, which I think is really fascinating and interesting. And the little cultural festival thing here as well, between the chapters. So it's incredibly competently drawn, very cute, very sweet. But it is much more explicitly BL than I thought it was going to be, because in my head I'm like, oh, I remember they were really promoting this, or promoting the anime as boys' life, not boys' love. And instead they've leaned heavier into that as the series went along. At least that's what my perception was, because I hadn't read the manga. No, they were lying. This is BL 100%. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, but it is a little bit slow going, I think, just because the gag don't hit, but the BL does. Um, so yeah, I am looking forward to just being able to go straight into volume 2. It's going to be good, and I'm going to have a wee bit of this crunchy thing. In fact, I might just bite into it now. Oh, mmm. It does have like caramelly, creamy kind of thing inside. Mmm. And little crunchy bits. These are little crunchy bits. Mmm. I'll enjoy that with my tea. I will have tea with it. It's a little dry. So yeah, I'll catch up with you when I've read a bit of this one. I do have to go out today though, so I might just eat this and then head out the door and get my my things done that I need to get done. I need to go and get some messages and things from the shops, and I might pop into a couple of the charity shops as well, and then come back and finish this. Might take you along with me. Now I know this has a bit of shadow, but you know what? I don't care. It's grey. I need the lights on. You won't be able to see otherwise. I'm up in the Highlands in winter. It's going to be like this for the next few months. And it's particularly grey just now, so it's like there's hardly any real sunlight. Anyway, let's get this open. Feels like there's 2 in here. Feels like there's 2. What's the first one going to be? Oh, can I wiggle it out? Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. I always do that. I'm like, oh yeah, after. Platinum Blood. This is a Tokyopop one. By More Ichigaya, which would have been obviously perfect for October, because it is a vampire one, Alucard, and Kaname. Kaname is very much a vampire name. If you know, you know. So yeah, I managed to get this one for a really good price. I can't quite exactly remember. You'll have to find out later. I am enjoying a lot of the Tokyopop stuff. So is this another 2023 one? I need to see. When did it come out? April 2023. Yeah. Wow. I'm really picking up a lot of this year's releases, considering I don't usually. We're getting some new stuff read. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I will probably read it. If not in this vlog, in the next vlog. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to read all the stuff I buy. So Platinum Blood. Another Tokyopop to add to my Tokyopop collection, which is not as huge as everyone else's. I know I'm very slow on getting the actual physicals. When I can get the digital and read it and find out, I'm not going to be picking them up unless I can get them for good prices. Because sometimes I feel like £15 is a lot for this volume. I mean, this is actually quite thick, but I would say £15 is a bit much. So I'll only pick it up if it's reduced in price. But yeah, Tokyopop. Platinum Blood, a fairly new one. Very happy about this. Let's see what else I got. Okay. This is actually also quite thick. Oh, yes! Like, do you not actually remember anything you buy? No, I do not. Another Tokyopop one. And this is The Treasure of the King and the Cat by Yo Kajika. This has a little bit of damage on the little corner, but not too much. And I have no idea what this is about. One day, a large number of people suddenly disappeared in the royal capital. So it's like a fantasy adventure? That sounds fun. So this is, I think, one of the earlier releases from Tokyopop when they relaunched with their Love Love. So let's see the date on it. It'll be at the back. So this is, yeah, April 2021. So definitely a couple of years ago, and I've not been picking up, as I said, Tokyopop titles religiously, but this one I never saw reduced in price, and it's fairly thick. It feels like a proper big story. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. I do like fantasy, so looking forward to that. There's a cat, and there's a cat. It's giving me White Cat's Revenge vibes, and I love White Cat's Revenge. So yeah, these are my 2 little wee haul for this section, and I will probably be reading them. I might actually just read them now. We'll see. I have to see what else I need to pick up and maybe go through some of the things in my collection that I've bought this year. But yeah, I will try and read these as well. We'll see what I'm going to read next. Well, you will. I'll have read that already. So, hello. It has been a day and a bit, maybe? I don't know. What is time? But I have now finished what is, I think, my first reread of the month in terms of like physical. Have I done any other rereads? Maybe not. And I reread His House by Hajin Yu because I finally picked up volume 2, so I'm going to read that next. And I went through, I think, all of the same emotions as I did the first time, which was, this is terrible. And, oh no, this is really bad. Oh no, this is really bad. And, oh, well, that was a bit quick, wasn't it? And then, oh, damn, I'm totally invested. That's pretty much what I was feeling as I went through reading this. I did kind of, yeah, pretty much that's exactly how I felt. Like, I did not like this. I did not enjoy it. I felt like that the dialogue was a bit stunted or abrupt. There was a very abrupt shift in their affection for one another. As the main characters, there was a scheming woman, because there's always a scheming. This is kind of full of tropes. There's a lot of tropes in this, and the scheming woman is a very big trope in BL. So is the comparison to animals, or especially comparison to childhood dogs. That was a trope that was used in here. The hot best friend is also in here. Love at first sight, his boss. But yeah, it did end with one of my favorite things, which is the intrigue of how are they connected. Revenge, and it's a revenge story. And I'm like, great, this is what I'm here for. This is the story I'm here for. I love a good revenge story. So even though I wasn't really feeling it for the majority of this, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I am now kind of like, okay, ready for volume 2. But I have had the heating, I put the heating on because it's starting to get a bit chilly here in Scotland, and I'm gonna probably have a bath later, but I'm hungry as well, so I'm gonna eat something, and I don't know what I'm gonna have. I think I have chicken nuggets, which sounds ridiculous because I'm an adult. I kind of think that's what I have in my freezer. I feel like it was one of those, not gonna lie, when there's a bargain thing in the co-op, if you're British, you know what I'm talking about. In the co-op, they have these like frozen meal deals, and it really should, if you bought all the stuff together, be like, I don't know, anywhere between £12 and £15. But you buy it all, and you can buy it all for £5. And sometimes there's like ice cream and fish or burgers or pizza, you know, it's like that. Things you can have in your freezer for when you can't be bothered to actually cook anything. Anyway, one of the things in one of those meal deals was chicken nuggets. So I've had chicken nuggets in my freezer for a while, and I'm like, I should probably eat them. I don't know why. Or it's noodles. That's my choices, I think. Or toast. I could make toast. And have something with my toast. I don't know. I'm gonna eat something anyway, and then probably have a bath. So I will check in when I read volume 2. I want to read the whole of this series tonight, so it's getting done. But yeah, this was not, it was like, oh, what was this about again? And it just reminded me, like, yeah, it's not the best webcomic turned physical adaptation, but it still is enough to get me intrigued. So yeah, I'll check in when I've read volume 2. So in the end, I did actually have some proper food. So yeah, it's not really proper food when it's chicken nuggets, but I made some mashed potato with spring onion and some green beans that I then sauteed in some bacon and then lemon juice and butter. So yeah, it's gonna be quite tasty. I have started volume 2. I'm not that far into it, but it's looking a little bit more like the two of them are getting on a little bit too much for his tastes because he's like the one who wants revenge. So I'm enjoying it so far. I will have a wee read of it once I've finished this. So I just got out the bath. I'm all toasty. I got my little fleecy jumper that's actually a Christmas jumper. This is, oh, what fun. It's sometimes this is a little annoying, but basically it's the point of the jumper. Anyway, I'm all toasty and fresh out the bath, feeling good. I have finished this. I've read it in the bath. There's definitely a ramping up of the emotional, romantic feelings, as well as possible rumblings of what's going on with the whole revenge plot. But yeah, not terribly much happened. It was mostly their humming and hawing about how they feel about each other. So I definitely feel like I need to go straight on to book 3 and finish this this evening. It has to be done. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea or something warm, and just come to bed and finish reading volume 3. Seeing as I'm all warm. I was gonna do a hot water bottle, but the heating's been on and I actually quite feel a bit over warm from my bath as well. So yeah, I'll just get the volume 3 read and then I'll probably just go to sleep. Okay. I finished volume 3. Why did no one warn me about this? I feel like well, there was a lot of story, there was a lot of plot in this last volume is where all the plot happens. And some of it I'm not okay with. I feel like I can't talk about this volume or the whole point of the story because it's a lot of spoilers. But also I kind of feel like there should be some sort of trigger warning. I did not know where this story was gonna go. But yeah, it went in a way that I was plot wise very fun. Proper family drama, lots of intrigue and shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. But at the core of the story is the two of them just trying to navigate their relationship and how they feel about each other, in the fact that they've not been in a relationship with a man before. And I don't think they should be either. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Hajin Yu, what were you thinking? Because there could have been ways around it. They could have been written to be ways around it, but no, Hajin Yu decided this is what was going to happen, and I am not sure how I feel about this. I really want to know what other people thought about his house. Really want to know. I mean, I like the fact that it's called His House. I get it now. You know when you get it and you're like, oh, that's where the title comes from. And I thought this the last time when I was reading Core Scramble and it was like the 3rd volume and it was like, oh, that's why it's called Core Scramble. And the same thing happened again with His House. I don't know, maybe it's like a manhwa thing, or webcomic or something. You know, it's like, hey, we're going to just remind you what the title of the story is. So yeah, the His House part, I actually quite enjoyed where that element came into it. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the rest of it though. I don't know. Yeah, no, I can't spoil it, but I feel like there should be content trigger warnings. And this is the thing is, this is not explicit in any way. This is very tame. It's just that the content and the discussions going on should be perhaps warned about. I can't go into it any further than that, but oh my god, I need to hear other people's opinions on His House. Oh my god. If this had been a buddy read, I don't know. I think I would be screaming to Katie just now. Like, what the actual fuck did we just read? I wonder, she must have read this. I'm gonna have to like message her and be like, dude, have you what do you think? Um, because it's taken me such a long time to get volume 3 that I finally managed to get volume 2, that I can finally read volume 3 as well, which is where all the plot is. So yeah, I feel good that I have now completed Hajin Yu's 3-volume series, His House, by Net Comics. But did I have a good time? No. And the casual homophobia in it, there's casual homophobia running throughout. Which is not comfortable for me. But when I say that is the least of its problems, oh my god. Oh, I really need to find out what other people think of this. I need to know. You need to tell me. Whoever is watching this, comment down below. Have you read this? What did you think? I need to know. Even if it was like, I had a great time, this was great, then yeah, let me know. If it was anything else, let me know that too. Wow. Wow. I am in shock. I might need to read something else just as a palate cleanser before I go to bed. Oh dear. Wow. Okay. Well, I will check in when I've read something else. Or tomorrow. I will probably check in tomorrow. Hopefully. No, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. Um, I literally have just finished. I'm still in shock, okay? I'm still in shock. Yeah, I will check in tomorrow. We'll see what else I've read by then. Yeah, okay. So hello, it is the next day. It's actually quite a bit later in the day. Um, I've just had a very lazy day. I've uploaded my video and I had something to eat. But I got up late anyway because I was listening to an audiobook last night just before I went to sleep. I needed like a palate cleanser, and I just was like sit in a dark room and listen to a story. So yeah, and I'm still not 100% feeling great. It's been 3 or 4 weeks now since I got ill with the flu or the cold anyway, and I still haven't got over it 100%. So it's still in my chest a wee bit. And today is a bit cold, so I should probably have the heating on. It's very grey as well, so I've got the lights on, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully you can still see. Anyway, as you can see, Kisses, Macarons, and Lonely Pie by Hyogo Kijima, which is Kuma publishing title. This is also a new one. This is going to be my haul video for November, so yeah, I'm reading it straight away. It's a collection of short stories, and Hyogo Kijima is quite good about discussing each of the stories. Quite masculine, quite male energy in these kind of works. I think Hyogo Kijima is a man. So yeah, it's BL with a very masculine energy, I think, is the best way to describe it. I know that gender is something that is, for some people, a binary, and for some people it's much more of a spectrum, but I do think that there is gender energies you can feel people put off, and that might be binary or it might be spectrum, but there's an energy to it, and also the way that the male bodies are presented. It's not always buff and things like that, but it can be. It's got a particular style to it, and I'm not averse to it, and I'm not averse to all of Hyogo Kijima's stories. Some of them I'm not a really big fan of, and when you get a short story collection, you can really it's like a box of chocolates. Some will be good and some won't. The very first one, Kisses, Macarons, and Lonely Pie, is about Tora and Duo-chan, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. It was good, and it it is quite sweet and about dedication, and it has the trope that I absolutely love, and that is gay pining mixed with bisexual awakening. I just cannot help but love it. And I think you can hear a dog barking. I wonder what's going on. Anyway, is someone coming? Hold on, I'm gonna check. Is there a what's going on outside? So yeah, wow, that was a whole thing just happened outside my front door. One of the neighbours' big dogs got out into the communal grass area and started barking at one of the other neighbours' little dogs. Just a whole dog barking thing, and lots of people running around going, "I'm so sorry." It was really quite funny to watch. Um, Super cute, but yes, keep your dogs on a leash if they cannot be controlled. I think is a good thing. Anyway, as I was saying, gay pining and bisexual awakening is a trope that I love, and that was in the first story, and um, and I never really thought of myself as liking friends to lovers stories, but that's a big part of gay pining bisexual awakening trope because you need to have some sort of relationship to have the gay pining happen. So yeah, and then the second one was kind of a continuation of their story in a wee bit, which is definitely when it's wow, the artist really had fun with this one, huh? It's exactly what I thought. And yeah, so that's self-awareness on uh Hyogo Kijima's part. Ziggy Cinderella wasn't really a huge fan of. It was all right. It was just what it was. And Kasumiga Ura Blooms had an Oji-san uke, and I do enjoy an Oji-san uke and a bit of kimono action, and I love kimono action as well. Mob Hero was not my favorite. It was like an orgy one, um, and that I also thought, wow, the artist really had fun with this one, huh? Like more like, wow, the artist really just was drawing whatever the hell he wanted. Like there was no, that was definitely the porno plot. Definitely porno plot in the Mob Hero, which I've come to realize is not something that I enjoy. And Man I'm Lost was about a slutty, promiscuous character, and Hyoko Kijima says generally they make the world around that character seem pretty morally loose too. But in this case, they didn't, and that makes it all the more sad. So it's not the best end to this volume because it started off really well because I thought this was a great one. I really enjoyed it. It was super cute. And then it ended with this one, which was just so sad. Um I felt really sorry for the character who was at home waiting and you know maybe didn't know how, I mean you can read so much more into this relationship that this man who had never been in a relationship with the man before was trying to navigate without the support of the partner, without the support of someone saying, and without the dialogue. And that was the problem. There was no dialogue. There was never any dialogue. He didn't know how to communicate with him, and he didn't know how to communicate with him. And so in the end, you just think, you two really shouldn't be together. I mean, sorry, that's very explicit. It's Hyoko Kijima, of course it's very explicit. But it just made me feel really sad because this person was being, going to these soaplands and feeling sexually fulfilled somewhere else without discussing any of this with their partner, who was new to gay relationships and was obviously wanting and looking for some sort of support, but didn't realize that was like, oh, is this okay? Is this just part of being in a gay relationship that their partner is promiscuous and goes to soap lands and doesn't actually actively engage with sex with me as a partner? Like, what? Like, you can read so much more into what wasn't put on the page, but it was like such a depressing end to this volume because I just felt like you're a dick. You're an absolute fucking arsehole. You don't deserve that guy, but also that guy should have fought for whatever it was he wanted and spoken up. Like there was obviously a lack of dialogue with both characters, and so it was for what was supposed to be a short little story. It was utterly depressing. So yeah, take take that if you want as a review. Started fine and cute and sweet and lovely and exactly what I liked, and then ended on a very depressing. Um, no, I just yeah. So yeah, Kisses, Macarons, and Lonely Pie. Another Hyogo Kojima volume that is hit and miss, and probably more miss than hit for me personally. I don't know what it is because it's not like I don't like the art style. I do. It's not like I don't like the smexy scenes. I just feel like this mangaka generally does have a tendency to err on the side of porn over plot, and I'm not really at that stage in my reading that I enjoy the porn over plot. I really like. I mean, I'm not averse to the porn aspect, but I do like it when it's married into the plot. So something like, was it Steel Under Silk? There's a lot of porn in that, but it's married to the plot. Um, Sakira is someone who does a lot of porn, and their plots are all over the place. And you're like, you just wanted to draw porn. So that's the thing. It's like if you want to, yeah, it's very much like, pizza delivery guy or whatever, or I'm here to fix your washing machine. It's like, all right then, fine, if that's what you want. But I'm not necessarily engaging in that because it is so surface. Whereas the first one, there was very much a story there. There was some plot there. There was a character that I could empathize or sympathize with, and therefore was enjoying it. So yeah, I'm gonna choose something else to read. I have read now. What's it? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the seventh one. So 3 more volumes, and then I might choose something that is a 3-volume thing that I need to read. I will check out do a quick read of my, oh, I've got a cat. Meow, meow, meow. Now that the dogs have gone inside. Meow. She's just wanting ham. So yeah, I'll choose something. I might have a quick look at some of my previous haul videos to see what I actually have purchased and what needs to be read and what can be read, and make more of a wee TBR up. So I've just finished doing another reread, and that is a reread of volume 6 of Given, because I have volume 7 of Given new to me anyway. I know volume 8 has just come out in English as well, but I don't have that yet. But I did pick up volume 7 recently, so I want to read it. But I thought I should do a reread of volume 6 before I read 7, so that I'm up to date. And also because volume 6 is kind of unique in the fact that there's a focus for Hiragi. You can see Hiragi mix 1 through 6. And so even though it is a continuation of the story, the focus has shifted slightly to the other bands, and also dealing with other characters and some history and backstory. And it does continue on with Hiragi mix 7 through to 12. So I thought it would be a good idea to just recap, because it feels like a long time ago since I did my volume 1 through 6 read. I think it's like a year and a half. So I did feel like I needed to just
get kind of reacquainted with the characters. I do know the story of, like, I watched the anime and I've read the manga, so I do know this, but I just felt like I needed to have the refresh as to what had happened, because I've read some of the other volumes a couple of times, where this one I've only read it once. So yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on now that I'm all up to date, and reading a new volume to me, which actually also came out in 2023. So this is another 2023 release. So they went like a full year without, I don't think, I think this was released in 2021. So nothing was released in 22. But this is a 23 January release, and then volume 8 came out last month or the month before. So yeah, I think we're now just waiting for volume 9, and that is the final volume, so I can maybe get 8 and 9 together and then do a big reread of the whole series together. I might do that. Anyway, I'm gonna read volume 7 now. So I'm moved up to bed now, and I have finished Given volume 7. That's Kikizu. This was interesting. There was a little bit of, I could tell my copy has a slight issue with the cutting of these pages. Just like 3 pages are ever so slightly cut. You can barely tell, just ever so slightly cut. Slimmer. But you can tell right there like that. It didn't make any difference in the reading. I just wanted to make sure I had the pages and it made sense. So this is the second part of Hiragi Mix. And then all these little extra, pretty much 1 page yonkoma panel type things. So there was a lot of story in this, and it felt like a lot of building tension that needed to break. And I think the only one out of all of the characters who hasn't come to a break is Mafuyu, who may be coming to that conclusion in the next volume 8. So this was mostly about Hiragi and Shizusumi. It's a pretty tricky name to say, actually. Shizusumi. And their relationship, and with a little bit of the other band and their progression, but their progression hasn't really been much. They've actually kind of splintered off, and they're trying to see if they can come back together, and that seems to be the state of play at this point. So yeah, it was a good one. It was, I think it was necessary. It was important, and I'm really looking forward to getting volume 8, and then of course volume 9 when it comes out, which is volume 9 is the final one, I think. I don't know. Natsuki Kizu might, I don't know, come back to these characters at some point. But yeah, volume 8 is out, so I will need to try and see if I can get a copy. And then, of course, whenever volume 9 comes out, I don't actually know, I haven't checked Sublime's website, so I'll need to see what their plans are for volume 9. But as volume 8 has just come out, and volume 9 came out earlier, maybe this year in Japan. Yeah, I think was it March? Was it March it finished? And I don't know when the Tankobon came out. So yeah, I'm assuming volume 9 will come out at some point next year, and then I will probably do another big reread of this whole series. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the tension and the back and forth between Shizusumi and Hiragi, and all of the arguing with Uenoyama that Hiragi does. But it felt like, I don't know, maybe when people don't voice things, I guess it's harder if you're in love with someone. But when you don't discuss things, and that, like I mentioned with the Hyogo Kijima story, if you don't discuss things, if you don't vocalize, then you're gonna come up against misunderstandings and tension and frustrations that aren't dealt with. And I guess that's, although I do like Shizuzumi, I like that Uenoyama has a respect for him in that he's like he just has this way about him that's like Like, I ain't doing that same shit that you guys do. Just gonna live my life. And yeah, that is a strength, I suppose. So yeah, I have one more um to read for this video. So I will probably read another one and I'll check in with you maybe tomorrow morning. I have to get up early doors. It's a Grand Prix weekend and it's in Las Vegas. So it's nighttime. So it means it's early morning for me. And then I've got work. So I might check in with you tomorrow morning or I might check in with you tomorrow afternoon. And then I'll edit and start the next video because I gotta get my 30 done. I gotta get my 30. Gotta read what I buy. And yeah, there is the possibility of a few more things coming in the post. I may have bought another job lot box. I know. So I definitely need to get my reading done. So yeah, I'm gonna have a quick snack and then maybe head to bed properly soon and read. I'll choose something else. I don't know what I'm gonna read though. One more anyway. So I have now read Platinum Blood, but before I talk about it, I mean it's the next day. I've been to work, and then I came home and had a snooze, which is why it's dark again. But I went to the shops and got some stuff. So I'll show you what I got. The first thing is it's a Himalayan rock crystal. It was only £2. I think it's one that you could have had a light in, but just as it is, it's quite a good little rock. It looks nice. It's cute, right? For £2. And no, I did not expect to be carrying a rock home with me. Got a lovely pair of red gloves. Really cute. Very nice. I've got this jumper. It's really kind of cute looking. I don't know if it shows up on here. It's not as big as I would want. I like really oversized jumpers now. But this looks kind of Christmassy and a little bit festive and, very nice and comfortable. And a kind of a big size, so hopefully it'll be a nice size for me. And something to wear as a sort of festive-y, Christmassy jumper, but not over the top. And the last thing I got for 50p. Hopefully it's got the 500 pieces. It's a puzzle, a wellness puzzle. So there's two. It's double-sided, so I can do it and then do it again. This is probably going to be for a video. I have a video idea, so I'm probably going to use this for a video. Hopefully sometime in, let's be real, November, December. I'm gonna say aiming for end November, sometime in December. This will feature. So yeah, I got this for 50p, this for like £4, this for £1, and that for £2. So I got some bargains. I have some dinner on, which I want to eat, and then I'll dish that up and tell you all about number 10 of this video, Platinum Blood. So this is my dinner. I made like it's a pasta bake thing, just a wee side salad. So it's a little bit too hot to eat at the moment. I'd literally just took it out the oven, so it's probably gonna need a minute. Wow, it is chilling. And getting a bit cooler so I don't burn the roof of my mouth. I will talk about the very last, or 10th, book in this video. So far, what did I have? Sasaki Miyano, Scattering His Virgin Bloom, His House, Kisses, Macarons and Lonely Pie, and Given. And so this is the 10th volume. This is more Ichigaya's Platinum Blood. And yeah, it's a Tokyopop title. I was kind of excited about it because it's a priest vampire on the front. But I didn't really know anything else other than that. It's quite a nice one. The art style's quite nice. It feels like there was a lot of sex in it actually, but there was still a lot of plot as well, which I kind of enjoyed. Um, Although not terribly much happened. When I thought about it, when I finished it, I was like, oh, um, so a guy is a priest, and kind of adopts a a little boy who happens to be a vampire, and he kind of raises him. And you know, I'm not averse to that, but at the same time, it's like, no, yeah, it felt very similar to some other vampire priest stories in that respect. But then there was a little bit more, um, like vampires were just an everyday part of this world, and whether or not you could be turned and things like that. And then there was this little boy character, and yeah, it was an okay one. I felt like it was going to be over in quite a bit, but it just kept going, and there was more story to it, and then it just ended up um, finishing and I don't really think there was very much. Like, it wasn't overly crazy, it wasn't like really unique. It was just a good solid vampire story. So if you are into that, then yes, you will probably like this. Yeah, it was a good one. It was very much like, yes, one and done Tokyo Pop, which is a lot of theirs now. Um and they're perfectly serviceable. So I did enjoy it. It was good. But you know, like I said, a lot of theirs, I wonder if it's uh like, oh, so fabulous enough to have print compared to others that haven't been printed. But I don't think it really matters too much. But it is a 2023 release. So I'm quite happy to have read a new title. Woo! Because I don't have very many. So yeah, I did enjoy it. I like the little colour pictures that they have at the start. I did enjoy it. It was more involving and more involved than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, that's everything for this vlog. I'll have to edit this video now and start my next one. I'll probably read the other Tokyo Pop that I unwrapped. What was that? Something about a cat? A king? I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but another one that's a little bit older than this one. And I do have a few other things as well. I actually made a list. You can't read this. My writing is absolutely horrendous. I can barely read it. But this is like ones that I think I can probably read. So the Tokyo Pop ones, I've done that one already. And then a Given, I've done that one. My Brother's Husband. Seaside Stranger, Volume 1. So I went through my videos and had a look to see what I can actually read and what I can't. So we'll see what I can read in the next video. I also will probably have some things arriving in the post. There may be boxes. There may be boxes ahead. I may have bought a job lot again. I know, this month is ridiculous. I've already bought way too much. So yeah, there may be more fabulous Tokyo Pop titles to come. So yeah, there might be some other things as well arriving in the post. They've been posted. I'm just waiting for them to be delivered. So yes, there will be some more new things to read as well. Anyway, I'm going to eat my delicious dinner. It looks really good. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone. Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.